I think I was always into that whole celebrity culture before I even knew what it was. My mother always tells this story about when I was like 2 or 3 years old and the Menudo was out, and how I would always cause a scene every time we passed by a store and there was like posters or records from the Menudos. I don't remember liking them at all, but that's what she says. So I feel like I was just always into that celebrity world. Me and my friends were kind of doing it as a hobby. Like, we would go around to see our favorite artists. We was just like, yo, we keep seeing all these celebrities. We're there, we in these spots. Why don't we do a website? We had such a rinky-dink website. Like, it looked literally like the internet version of cutting pictures out of a magazine and taping it onto a scrapbook. The name True Exclusive came about because every time I would show pictures like, yo, that's a True Exclusive. Nobody else has that picture. So I started calling my photography True Exclusive. And I will never forget our first drop. We didn't even know what a drop was. We were outside of SOBs in New York City. It was some sort of concert or something, and Remy Ma came out. Right before Remy Ma came out, we overheard someone saying, yo, can we get a drop? Can we get a drop from another artist? And we was like, what's a drop? Come to find out, a drop is like a shout out. So Remy Ma came out, we like, yo, Remy, can we get a drop from you? And she gave us our first drop.
What up, y'all? The Queen and Wild, Remy Ma, Jesus Christ. This is True Exclusive. TrueExclusive.com. Now with the True Exclusives, this way I gotta be wild because I said so.
Even though we started True Exclusives as a hobby, something for fun, I still wanted it presented a particular way. You know, I didn't want it to look sloppy. Although, in retrospect, looking back, it looked amateur, but back then, to me, it was as professional as it could be. With me and the girls, we kind of clashed, where I was trying to be serious, I was trying to take it serious. I was literally, I think, taking it as a job, even though it wasn't a job yet, but I was taking it as, okay, this is gonna be something one day, so we've gotta take it serious right now in order for anybody else to take us serious. They felt like, we're not even getting paid for this. Why should we be on a schedule? Why should we film this day? And why should we do it this way? And I didn't feel that way. I felt like, it doesn't matter if we're not getting paid right now. We could get paid one day. Eventually, we parted ways. But I think with growing up, you realize, you know, that wasn't for me, or maybe it wasn't meant to be. And, you know, you can still be friends with people even if you don't work with them no more. And I'll never forget those moments. The first time going to the BET Awards, traveling together, doing the Rock the Vote campaigns. Like, it was so many different things we did, and it's something I'll never forget. And I'm glad we got most of it on video. When me and the girls parted ways, it wasn't as difficult as I thought. You know, I had a moment where I was like, damn, you know, my friends, I don't have my friends anymore. I don't have no one there to help me on some days. But I became the man with the plan. And my plan was to take True Exclusive to the top, where I saw it from the beginning. And I was gonna get there whether I was alone or with company. And I did it alone. I'm the guy emailing to set up the interviews and carpet coverage. I'm the guy who's researching for the interview. I am the guy who's doing the interview. I am the guy who's editing the interview. I am the guy who's filming the interview. I'm the guy promoting it on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, every social network you could imagine. Like, I literally do everything. And you know, in having to be forced to do everything by myself, I've learned so much. I've learned editing. Because I remember there was a time I couldn't find an editor, and you know, I didn't have money to pay an editor. Nobody wanted to do it for free. I didn't even want to become a filmmaker when I started True Exclusive. I was into photography. But being forced into filming, I found a passion for documenting. I've had days where I've cried like a baby. Like, yo, I'm giving my all to this dream. I'm giving every fiber in my being. I'm giving everything, blood, sweat, and tears, and no sleep, and I'm just giving everything that I could possibly give, and nothing's happening. No one's noticing. No one's watching the videos. No one's subscribing to the page. No one cares. Everybody wants shade. Everybody wants negativity. Nobody cares about the positive. But I've always had this belief inside of me, like, you know, no, you gotta keep going. You gotta have faith. because eventually those 23 subscribers are going to turn into almost 40,000 subscribers today. I think I'm most proud of my most recent work with TrueExclusives because through the years I've evolved as a person, and I've definitely become more conscious about the content that I'm putting out in the world. Like the Monique interview, you know, we talked about a lot of things that I feel like people could learn from and feel inspired from.
But if you believe in you and what you bring to the table, and you know you're doing it the right way in reference to your integrity, you'll always win.
Tiffany Evans' interview, she talks about God and having faith.
I really and truly believe that God is going to have the last say, and He's going to have the back of those who have been hurting, who have been crying to be heard and wanting things to change.
One of my most recent interviews with Trent Shelton, he talks about the passing of one of his friends through suicide and just never letting go of the vision he had. And it's a lot of things like that that I'm very proud of to be able to put out. Honestly, the key to longevity is being consistent. You have to be consistent with what you give your following. And from the beginning, it had always been about exclusive content. 10 years later, people are still checking for TrueExclusives because they want exclusive content. They want stuff they're not going to see somewhere else. And I've been a source of positive energy, and I think that brings a lot of people too. I think people like that. I see TrueExclusives everywhere, you know. Production company, I'm filming my documentaries under TrueExclusives, and those are 2 documentaries that are near and dear to my heart, and I can't wait to finish them up, to present them to the world. I'm open to whatever the universe has for me and TrueExclusives. This is just the beginning. 10 years and it's just the beginning. We just cracking the ice, baby.